Yo, welcome back to another video. This is a LAWBRINGER guide and how I play them using their moveset and mix-ups. The LAWBRINGER suits my style of play, so that's why I play him a lot, to be honest. And also he looks like a beast. So this video will teach you pretty much how to rip mega kids' heads off on For Honor playing as a LAWBRINGER. Of course you've probably seen loads of guides on For Honor and the LAWBRINGER and different characters, but I feel like I'm going to add my own spin onto it and make it kind of interesting, so please enjoy. This segment of the video is hero specifics, and we'll be starting off with the stunning top heavy attacks. So you see here when I hit him with a heavy attack overhead, you'll see the white lines going around his head. That means he's stunned, so you can use this to your advantage to mix up into different chains and even a guard break. The LAWBRINGER has an unblockable heavy finisher. So if you finish a chain with a heavy attack, the attack will become unblockable, and if this connects then your opponent will be pretty much done in, so use it wisely. So the LAWBRINGER has three main attack chains, which are seen on screen: the Swift Justice, Judge, Jury and Executioner, and the Ruth Calum. It is easy to parry this heavy finisher, though don't commit to it every time you finish a chain with a heavy attack. I'd try to mix it up into a guard break or light attack, as these can catch your opponents off guard and can also lead into different chains and mix-ups. So if you connect with an unblockable heavy finisher from the top guard, you'll get to use the Swift Justice finisher. This is pretty much a guaranteed quick light attack that just taunts your opponent. So in this clip, it's the use of the Swift Justice finisher. As you see, after I land that top heavy finisher, I can do a tiny light attack there. It's pretty quick, it's guaranteed, so you may as well use it as it's just free damage. Another hero specific for the LAWBRINGER is the enhanced side light attacks. So all your light attacks, if blocked, can still be used in chains of attacks. So if I throw a heavy attack, then a light attack and it's blocked, I can still finish it off with a heavy attack finisher. But it won't work if it's parried or deflected. It's only if it is blocked normally. Here you will see the enhanced side light attack in its best light, I guess. So heavy attack, side light, I can still finish that chain off with a heavy unblockable. As you see, it's blocked from the left side, but I can still finish it off. Now if it was parried or deflected, it wouldn't work. So finally, for the LAWBRINGER's hero specifics, the shove will initiate attacks. This means if you do a shove, it pretty much acts as an opening attack for chains. So in this clip, you'll see me open my attack chains with the shove. The shove is a good way to start up an offensive play, as it has high armor and it can be used into different mix-ups. I wouldn't use a shove too much, as it's easily dodgeable. As you see, when I do the shove, I go backwards a tiny bit, so assassins will have the upper hand if they dodge it. And also no one likes a spammer dilly, so don't be a bit of a gimp with the shove, but use it wisely. So for this segment of the video, we'll be focusing on the LAWBRINGER's moveset, and the first one we'll be focusing on is his main attack chains. So he has 5 main attack chains: the Book, Chapter and Verse, Judge, Jury and Executioner, Rote Calum, Swift Justice and the Truth in Action. In this clip you'll see the LAWBRINGER's 5 main attack chains. That was Book, Chapter and Verse. This is Judge, Jury and Executioner. Now this is Rote Calum. Now this is Swift Justice. And for the final one, it is Truth in Action. So the LAWBRINGER's next move is his Impaling Charge. If you're sprinting at an enemy not in guard mode and press your heavy attack button, he will perform this move. So this is the Impaling Charge. If you tap your heavy attack button, you see they don't really go far, but if you hold your heavy attack button in, you see they go a lot further. This can also be used as a wall splat, as you'll see in a second, but as an enemy you'll always see the Impaling Charge coming from your left guard, so just keep that in mind when fighting. The next 4 moves in the LAWBRINGER's moveset are parry moves. If you get a successful parry, you'll be able to do the Impaling Riposte, Blind Justice, Light Riposte and the Make Way. As a Lawbringer is a counter-attack character, he does have a good range of parry mix-ups that will be able to make sure your enemy is confused about what attack is coming next. So this is where the Lawbringer is extremely strong, as most of his mix-ups can come from a parry, so make sure you are hitting them parries and doing kids in. After a successful parry, you can do the Impaling Riposte. This move can be done from both left and right guard and can be used to wall spot your opponents, as you'll see now. The Blind Justice and Light Riposte will stun your opponents, making it hard for them to see your next move. So this is the Blind Justice, and now this is a Light Riposte. Finally, Make Way is an unblockable zone attack. I mean, geez, that is devastating. The last three moves in the Lawbringer's moveset is the long arm, the shove, and the shove mix-up. These three moves are all unblockable moves. So the long arm is pretty much flipping your opponent like a pancake. Not many Lawbringers use this move, as you can't get much out of it, but I like to use it just because it looks cool. Now the shove can be initiated from dodging in any direction, then pressing your guard break button. And finally, the shove mix-up is pressing your guard break button after any heavy attack. You can still use a shove even if your heavy attack is blocked, as shown here. So now that you know the Lawbringer's basic moveset, I'll be moving on to punishes. So the punishes I'll be going over is his shove, his long arm, the guard break, the parry, the outer stamina guard break, and the outer stamina parry. Right now I'm showing you the shove. So for every shove you do, we get a guaranteed light attack, but you don't get a guaranteed heavy. So keep that in mind when using this move. So if you manage to connect with the long arm, you can get a guaranteed side heavy from each side, but not the top. You can get a light attack from each side, but obviously a side heavy does more damage. Now for the guard break. If you get a successful guard break, you can get a heavy attack from the left and right guard, but not from the top guard. Considering the Lawbringer is a counter-attack character, he already has moves put in place to punish parries. In the basic moveset section, you saw what moves you can do after a parry. If you do an unblockable overhead finisher, it will do good damage, but it can be parried. A quick light attack and a heavy from either side of the guard are also guaranteed, and so is your unblockable zone attack. If I were you, I'd do the unblockable zone attack, as you can get most damage and it's guaranteed. The Lawbringer's out of stamina guard break punish is probably the best in the game. You need to guard break your opponent, then throw a heavy attack from where your guard was before you guard broke them, and then throw a heavy attack from the top and an instant light attack. If the light attack isn't instant, it can be blocked. If you do this successfully, you can get an insane 85 damage out of this. If you get a successful parry on an out of stamina opponent as a Lawbringer, your max punish will be to first light attack your opponent from where the guard was from when you parried them, then a heavy attack from the top, and then an instant light attack from the top. The heavy attack and the light attack are both guaranteed. So from this punish, you'll inflict a huge 80 damage to your opponent. So now that you know how to punish someone as a Lawbringer, I'm going to bring you into some chain attack examples. So for the first one, we'll be doing a shove into a light attack, into a feint heavy finisher, then into a guard break, heavy attack from the side, and a light attack from the top guard just to finish it off. So for the next chain, we'll be doing a light attack, a feint heavy attack into a guard break, then a heavy attack from the side and a top light. So for the next chain, we'll be doing a light attack, a feint heavy, into a guard break, then a heavy attack from the side and a top light attack. For a final chain attack idea, we'll be doing a bash into the long arm, then a side heavy and a top light. Now is the last segment of the video. I'm going to leave you to watch it, so there's going to be no commentary over it. It's just going to be a few advanced mix-ups that I use in game and that are successful for me. Obviously the Lawbringer is a versatile character, so not all mix-ups might suit your playstyle, so these are just some ones I use and, you know, ones that I find good. So if you did enjoy learning the Lawbringer from my guide, please leave a like and let me know in the comments what you thought, like the layout and everything. But thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.
No superses! Ad mortem inumicus! No superses! Ad mortem inumicus! Ad mortem inumicus!